We have breaking news this evening out of Iceland, where Grindavik manager Aussie Villain has signed. Who hasn't he signed, really? For more, we cross live to local reporter Chaz Hogan.
Oh, mate, it is absolute panic stations down here, mate, as players and agents run around like headless chooks, trying to figure out if they've been shipped out or not. I mean, seemingly no one is safe. Hey guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to Grindavik on the Impossible Dream. It is Season 11, Episode 3. Today we start Champions League qualifying. We have the TNS, a bit of a reunion for us. Of course, they were our big rivals in Wales with Bala Town. And hopefully, again, we'll be able to win. Before that, we're going to face IBV in the league. Now, the reason we've come back a little bit earlier is because transfer window is open. We're midway through July. And, well, we have been very, very, very busy. Let's have a look at the players who have departed us. Now, we knew this one was happening. Alberto Ramos has officially gone to Frosinone, so we signed him for a free. We got 100 grand for him, so that's not too bad. So he has moved on. With the gags done, basically, after last episode, we've sent a few of them out on loan as well. So Severson has gone off to FH, so he might still be able to win himself a cup there. We'll see how he gets on. But yeah, he's out there on loan for the end of the year. We've sent Bedartsen out to Grotta. Now, I think they're a Pepsi League side. They might be a Diet Pepsi League side. I'm not sure. But anyway, he's gone there to get some first-team football. And we have sent Bjornsson, the attacking midfielder. We've sent him off to Folgna. Now, they are in Europe this year, I believe. So hopefully he'll help them a little bit and get a little bit of first-team football in the process as well. Now, the first of the major departures is Dejenga. We've sold him. He has left sort of on a permanent deal. What did we get for him? So we got 175 grand for him, which isn't great, but his contract was up the end of this year, and we weren't really going to use him, to be honest. He was a decent a good backup player, to be fair to him. But yeah, he didn't really have a future with us, so he's gone off to Troyes. Mashalek has left. We more or less got our money back for him after a couple of seasons, so he was a useful player for us, but wasn't going to be first choice. His contract was coming up towards the end, so he's gone off to Levante in Spain, so good luck to him there. And the big one, now this might be controversial, Alaku has left on a permanent deal. He's gone to Valencia. Now, was this the right thing to do? Well, time will tell, but 22 million, I just wasn't, I don't know what he scored goals. Yes, of course he scored goals. That was never in doubt. I just wasn't completely convinced by him. I don't know. So we've signed 22 million, so we've made a profit off of him after one season. Yeah, so I don't know. You let me know what you think. Was it the right thing to do? I guess time will tell with in terms of who we got as a replacement, won't it? So let's have a look at the signings that we've got in. So this is the first man. We have signed Raul. Now, we got him from Torino. We got him. We'll check the fee in a second. It was I can't even remember what the fee was, to be honest. But what I like about him is, obviously, Humberto has gone back to Spurs, that we weren't able to extend that loan. But he's got, not as good, but a similar work rate, decent technique in passing as well, teamwork. So he's a good sort of creative player for us to have in the midfield there. And yeah, he can move forward as a number 10. He can play a little bit further deeper if we want him to as well. So I really thought it was a good deal for us. 20 grand a week as a squad player as well, so we're not under any sort of real pressure to play him every week. We paid 1.6 million for him. He was transfer listed at Torino. We can see his career to date there. It's been solid enough. He's played in the Portuguese top flight a little bit of Serie A, and he's going to come to us now, and he's hopefully going to do a very good job for us. Next man who's in now, again, we knew this was happening. This is our wonder kid defender who's going to play next to Degen. So on loan from AC Milan, that is official. Now, there was a buyout clause for this guy as well. Optional future fee of 76 million. So it's unlikely we're going to trigger that, to be honest, but you never know. Maybe we come to some sort of agreement. But yeah, he's here, I'd imagine, for this season and this season alone. Next man in is Andrea Calderone. Now, I said I wanted to get a strengthening at left back, and this is the guy that's hopefully going to do it for us. What I like about him now, his jumping reach is not great, but he has sort of the defensive ability of a Depe with the attacking ability of Tom Jones. So all round, I think that's a good deal for us. As I say, it's a loan from Everton. We're paying, see, they're almost 8 grand a week of his wages. And I don't think we had a buyout option for him. No. So again, it's one for this season, and yeah, we'll see how he settles in. But 19-year-old German, I think he should do okay for us. Next man, and again, this is going to be controversial. We have signed a goalkeeper, Ross Puwall. Now, the reason I've done this is because I was starting to see a few things from Rafferson that were making me nervous. He's sort of throwing a few into his own net, and I just thought, you know what, for European football, we might need someone better. So this is who we've got. Now, we signed him from Burnley for £6 million. You can see he's already worth up to almost double that. I think he's an upgrade. If we go and have a quick look, you can see that he's got good vision as well. And he does have the trait of, if we just quickly go down here, of starting counterattacks. So that is all potentially very good, particularly in Europe. And if we have a look at his career to date, there it is. There you can see £5 million. Did I say 6 million before? Anyway, he was a starting goalkeeper in the Premier League last year. So that's not bad, is it? Burnley paid 12.5 for him from Sunderland. I'm assuming that Burnley got relegated. That would make sense as to why, because it was a release fee, I think, that we triggered as well. So I think to get him for 5 million is quite good. And if we go and have a look at and compare him to Rafferson, so we can see here we've got Puwall in the green and Rafferson in the blue. Now Rafferson does have a little bit of room to grow still. Rafferson's potential is about the same as Puwall's ability, so that's, you know, they should get to roughly the same level. But just distribution wise, aerially wise, you know, we've got a better goalkeeper now. Shot stopping, they're dead even. And if you look at where Rafferson is better, something like speed doesn't really matter with a goalkeeper, and everywhere else he's more or less not as good. So yeah, I just think although Rafferson is club trained, he can still be back up, but I don't think he is exactly the man we want going forward. Next signing is a striker in Sinistera. Now, we've got him on loan from Villarreal. Now, he is in partly for depth, partly because part of the Alaku deal, which I shouldn't have done in hindsight, was I wanted to sign a replacement first, and I just needed to get a striker in so that deal could go through in the end. So he's got good pace about him, which I like. Off the ball movement, composure is good. Anticipation is good, but with the decent pace, it's not as important. And he's a good finisher as well. So I don't know that he's going to be a first choice striker for us. In fact, he probably won't be. But I think there is a little bit to like about him. Certainly someone coming off the bench if we do need a goal. If he gets the chance with off the ball, and particularly composure and finishing so high, chances are he's going to take that chance. And the final is, well, it's a welcome back to Rodrigo Higuain. We've got him back again for the season. He's a wonder kid. We know all about him because he was brilliant for us in his first spell. And I'm really, really hopeful that he's going to pick up right where he left off. And with him going down the left, either Kosh or Beyonce going down the right. We've got Boutenson. Potentially he's going to be the striker up top. We've got Gadini, Sinistera, or Vertiz, actually. They're looking okay as a deep-lying forward. I just think I get excited every season. I think that we might have a good team. I actually think this season we might have a very good team. Now, last season, he was out at Bristol City in the Championship and didn't do that much. I mean, he's better than that. He's done better than that in the Champions League. So I think perhaps City have, you can see we're paying quite a fee for him this time as well. Last time we got him for free. But I think City have seen that, you know, we're the best place for him. And let's hope that, that we sort of come through on that, and he does a brilliant job for us. Now, while we're doing massive catch-up mode, there is a ton of games in the league to catch you up on, so let's go see how we've been getting on, starting with our league game against Fram. Alaku got the only goal. So we were the better team in this game, without a doubt, but we just really did struggle a little bit. You can see Beyonce didn't have a great game. I mean, a penalty always improves the XG, but we still should have won this game by many, many more. Next up in the league was Vikinger. Unison opened the scoring late on. So not great again in this one. Boutenson didn't have a great game. Unison obviously did, getting the goal. And to be honest, this was pretty much the game that made me think, you know what, we're in a little bit of trouble here. We need to strengthen this squad. So that's obviously what we went and did. Hopefully you like the signings. So next up in the league was Stanen. Beyonce split the defense for Gadini to give us the lead. Mashalek scored a stunning second before adding a third. Ramos played in Gadini to make it 4-0 before completing his hat-trick, and Mesuadi made it 6-0. So this game took place during an international break. We kind of scrambled together a team, and they did really, really well. Now, they were down to 10 men just on half-time. Ramos playing left back actually looked quite good. We'd already agreed to sell him at this point. And yeah, Beyonce looking good. Gadini with a hat-trick. Mashalek, 2 really good goals from him as well. It was a strong performance. Really did play well. Next up, it was Breedablink. Bakali found Jonsson unmarked to open the scoring. But Breedablink were level at half-time. Beyonce restored our lead before Jonsson played in Bakali to make it 3-1. And Dagan got our 4th. So it took us a little while to get going in this one, but second half we moved Bakali forward into more of a number 10 and it opened the game up for us, so that was really, really good to see. Now that was sort of Exhibit A, Your Honour, onto why I was feeling Rafferson maybe looks to be upgraded on for Europe, and yeah, in the end it was a comfortable win. Next game to catch you up on was against Poor. Mashalek played in Valdenson to give us a second half lead, but Poor drew level late on. And Exhibit B, Your Honour, as to why I feel like Rafferson just maybe needed a bit of an upgrade. Now, we were robbed in this one. We were very much the better team. If we're looking for positive, Baltinson looked like he was good in front of goal again. But yeah, we should have won this game quite comfortably. So drop points in the league now. But anyway, these things happen, don't they? Next up, it was against newly promoted Grindavik, or whatever they're called. Beyonce crossed for Baltinson to give us the lead. Jonsson found Baltinson for our second. And it was Beyonce again that found him for his hat-trick. Before Beyonce got a hat-trick of assists, finding Raul for a debut goal. So this was when all the new signings had obviously arrived. So Calderone, is it Calderone or Calderone maybe? Puwal and Raul all made their first starts for us. Vinci, as well at the back. So this was sort of what I was thinking at this point was more or less close to our best team in Europe anyway. Bakali would come in for Raul, I suppose. But yeah, we were too good for them. Beyonce missed a penalty as well. So it could have been even more. But yeah, very, very nicely done. Final game to catch you up on was against FH. Now, of course, they knocked the gags out of the cup last episode. You can imagine how much I wanted to absolutely stuff them after that. So let's see what happened. Kosh found Gadini to open the scoring. Tom Jones crossed for Kosh to make it 2-0. Before Vertiz pounced to get our third. And Kosh picked out Vertiz to make it 4-0. Well, I would have liked to get twice that amount of goals, but we'll take 4 and run. That was absolutely fine. Good performance from us. Dominated the game and, yeah, put FH back in their place. Let's have a check of the league table. So, of course, we have dropped points this year now with that draw against Poor, but we had 10 points clear halfway through the season. It's looking absolutely fine. It's at FH, Viking and Breedablink right now are in the European spots, but look how close it is for 4th. Folgner, IA, Vala, IBV, who we played today, Frem and Poor, all within 3 points. And then Stajan, Elstanen and Navjadvik are looking like relegation fodder at this point of the season. But anyway, let's go and have a look and see what we're doing here against IBV. We can see we're expecting a 4-3-3 out of them. And this is the team we're sending out. Now, I'm hoping I'm going to be able to register a few other players in Europe, but I'm not sure exactly before the game starts how many chances they'll get. So this is the team we're sending out with European football in mind. So Puwal will make a first YouTube appearance. Jones, Mortensen, Ari and Juleson will be at the back 4. It will be Gisarasen, Arneson and Raul. First look at him in midfield. Kosh, Obot and Vertiz as a deep lying forward. He did really well against FH playing this role when he came off the bench. I think it was FH, wasn't it? And so we're going to give him a start here, see how he gets on. And if he doesn't do well, then Sinistera's on the bench. We can give him a first look at the Grindavik pitch. No, we can't because we have too many foreign players. All right, Obot, you might have to take a side seat. And Annabelle Ortiz, who has been away with some German team, is back. So maybe we'll get a look at him as at the left side there. Alright, so we can see the team sheets here. Do we recognise any former players in there? I don't think so. So let's see what we can do here. Home form's important to us. Let's go make the most of it. One thing too is that we have played a lot of away games in the league. Now, yes, that shouldn't matter. But it does in a way, doesn't it? It's never easy. It's always more difficult to play away from home, even for us. So yeah, we'll just kind of see how we get on here. But I mean, there's a little, in a way, having dropped the points already, then we can still be invincible. We're obviously not going to have a perfect season. But I mean, look at our goal difference compared to everybody else's. It's almost, our goal difference should be what our points. Give everybody else a bit of a chance to. They can get 3 points for a win, and we just go off our goal difference. But anyway, let's have a look here. So Raul is really the goalkeeper are the only two new signings playing this one. Oh no, Ortiz as well, isn't he? So yeah, we'll see how it goes. I don't know. We'll get. I mean, we should beat TNS, the New Saints, anyway. But we'll get an idea of how good that team is going to look. But I think when we see all the pieces together at the same time on the field, it looks a decent side. It really does. I don't want to get too excited and end up just being disappointed, which inevitably I will. Here we go with Kosh. It's a penalty. Oh, no, good tackle. But Beyonce is really starting to look like he's settling in because he's learning to play as a right winger. So he looks like he's really starting to settle into that role. Higuain, getting him back on the left is just a massive bonus for us. And yeah, I think we've got... I mean, there's a lot of... Oh, Arneson. There's a lot of low knees. We've got to bear that in mind as well. It's not like... we've got a team of players here that are going to be around with us for the next 5-6 seasons. It is very much a team of low knees, but maybe one or two of them will decide to stick around. But if they can get us out of the knockout rounds this year, then that's going to help us as well. So yeah, we'll just see. I think low knees is going to have to be the way forward for us to get those quality players. Oh, it's a header. Raul has a goal. Vertiz has an injury. So let's maybe not leave him out there to make that worse. Yeah, early in the second half. Is it second half? I think they've just done a team talk. It's terrible goalkeeping, isn't it? Did I just do a team talk? No, we haven't done a team talk. Okay, so I haven't completely lost it then. So you're going to play as an advanced forward. What was I saying? Can't remember now. Oh, something about Champions League football. It's gone. It's just gone. Anyway, we'll get to half time. I can recompose. Oh, Sinisterra has almost got a goal with his first touch. He has gone down for a penalty, and Kosh will take it. And from what was looking as though it might be 0-0 at half time, it could be about to be 2-0, and no, it's not. Because the goalkeeper has made the more difficult save, and Raul has added the extra 2 points for the conversion. Well, 1-0 at the break. That's okay, I suppose. Now, of course, what this is going to mean a little bit is time for the squad to gel and sort of come together. Now, Ortiz is looking a little bit like a bit of a basket case, if I'm honest. But anyway, yeah, it is going to take a little bit of time for the squad to come together because we have, disrupted by making so many signings. Like I say, the way that the games in between were going, the 2 1-0 wins, the 1-1, it just felt like we needed a little bit of an overhaul. And we have, Sinisterra has got himself a debut goal, or has he? The ref is coming forward and has ruled it out. Oh, yeah, he is offside, so we can't complain, can we? Decent finish, although the goalkeeper will probably want it back. Yeah, I'm not completely convinced by this Ortiz, I've got to say. We do have an option to buy him. Kosh is only playing... Oh, that's because he missed a penalty, isn't it? So he should be okay longer term. Let's get Jofferson on out left there. Here we go. Kosh. Oh, he's got to pull it back there. Raul was in a really good position. Ortiz's last contribution. Is it going to be a good one? Jones. Gisrasen. It's into the penalty area. Hacked away. And there we go. But yeah, I mean, this team has a second 11. It's not looking too bad, is it? Raul could be an Arneson as well. They're both getting close to being first choice players. This is actually a little bit like the Paul game. It's shaping up where we've definitely been the better team throughout as Arneson wins it back. And nice play there by Sinisterra. Love that touch. That was brilliant. Obviously, he's there to score goals, but we need our strikers to, especially in Europe, to be able to keep possession like that. That was really good. Here we go. Jofferson looking to split the defense. Can't quite do it. It's a bit of a risky, awkward challenge, that one. Sort of the one that I would be famous for when I used to play as a amazing left back who didn't have the fitness to get forward more than once a half. Here we go with Arneson. Plays it back across. It's off the crossbar. It would have been an own goal, so a little bit unlucky perhaps, but there we go. Would love a second goal in this one, I've got to be honest. The highlights are coming thick and fast. For the most part, they've been for us. Puwol and Mortensen on the same wavelength, which is good. Yeah, I think the two controversial moves that I made, definitely selling Aliku, I get it. That was definitely controversial. Sinistera is in here, and goalkeeper. He's a very strange goalkeeper, isn't he? Made a couple of good saves, but he's thrown a couple in as well. Kosh now with the corner. Can we find one of the big centre-backs? We go to the back post. It is a free kick. And Gisarasen is thrown a yellow card. Must be a handball. Here we go, Raul. Now, he is supposed to be good from a set piece. Let's see what he can do. Raul. It is good. It's off the crossbar again, and it is still in there. And eventually the goalkeeper brings it down. Yeah, and the other thing, of course, we've been able to do with the Gags being eliminated is just send them all out on loan, basically. So hopefully, I tried to favour it towards teams that are in Europe. So if sort of two Icelandic teams came in, only a 6.2 from Sinistera, that seems a little low for him. Yeah, so if two teams came in for a player, then what I was doing is just accepting the bid for the team that was in Europe, and I wasn't accepting the bid for the other ones, just sort of forcing their hand. Where's the unlucky? All right, just well done. So there we go, just the 1-0 in the end. Raul's goal just before half-time, and it should have been more, but ultimately it's what's that now, a 12-point gap at the top. So the Vatiz injury is not too serious, so that's all good. He's labelled the next Radamel Falcao. Well, not from what we saw just there. Although if you're a Manchester United fan, maybe you would say, yes, he is definitely the next Radamel Falcao. But anyway, that is all that. 16 games, we are now unbeaten. We expect that to continue to go up. Because, mate, right there, European football starts next. We'll get a first look at our first choice team for Europe. And I, for one, am very excited to see this in action. Okay, welcome back. We're getting ready to face the New Saints, but look at this monster bid we got for Degen. Up to 24.5 million, 13.5 million up front. Degen is very, very good. And, well, in the words of our right winger, Beyonce, he's irreplaceable. We couldn't get somebody as good as him even if we wanted to. But that is one of those bids that makes you think, maybe we could sell. But, yeah, not this season. We need him for Europe, of course. Let's have a look and see what we're doing here. And we can see we're expecting a 4-2-3-1 from them, a more attacking 4-2-3-1. This is the team that we are sending out, except we've got an injury there, so we'll bring Turpinson in. So we have got Puwol in goal, we've got Calderone, Vinci. Now, Immonen is playing because I forgot that Degen was suspended. Yellow card accumulation from last season. Volpez is going to be right back. We've got Antonio, Jonsson, and Bakali in midfield. Beyonce, Higuain, and Boutenson as the front three. I mean, that is just a very, very good-looking team, isn't it? Now, there's a few here, particularly the loanees, that aren't match sharp. So we're just got to bear that in mind. We might not get a stunning performance from them. Now, if you're wondering, too, I haven't completely given up on Rafferson. Both he and Happel-Darson are injured. So we've got our what is now fourth choice Ardell on the bench. He's not terrible, but we certainly don't want to see him on the field if we can help it. So yeah, Rafferson is still here. He's just got a bit of a knock right now. Okay, well, we can see the team sheets there. I don't recognise any names in there. Tomorrow more. I'm sure that is not Welsh for tomorrow, but all right, what do we say here? Let's just go out there, play a natural game. The result should come. It is the first leg. We are at home. Historically, in these first legs, we've put up a few scores. And, of course, we are trying still to chase down that Manchester City record of 50 goals in the Champions League, so we need 51. We do miss the first qualifying round now, though, so we've lost potentially 20 goals. 18, I think we got 1 year, didn't we? So, yeah, the record's going to get a little bit harder, but if we can put up a couple of scores here still, then you never know. Maybe we can get there. Yeah, I think what I got distracted. What I was saying during the last game is I think with the reputation that we have, the best way we can get sort of good players in is to loan them in, and then hopefully manage to sign one or two of them here and there. Players like Aliku, which we've made quite a nice profit off of. We signed him for 16.5, sold him for 22 million the next season. Here we go, Bakali. puts it just past the post. So I think, yeah, players like that, you know, it's at a 6 million, 6.5 million, or is it 5.5 million? Anyway, a profit that we've made, you know, that's money that we can then spend. I mean, Nellum was just a ridiculous profit. Here we go with Beyonce. Can he stick one inside? Oh, it's a good save. Baltinson pounces, and it is cleared away. So, yeah, I just wonder if that is maybe, because we have a lot of money right now. I think we're over 50 million, and that's before the Champions League money for this season, should we get there. So, Bakali, is he going to get to win that? No, but we do eventually get it back. Jonsson putting some good pressure on. But it comes back. Puwall is there. And we can go again. But yes, because right now, the only way we are really signing any top players is either on loan or if they happen to be transfer listed. Here we go with Calderone. I still don't know. Let me know which one it is in the comments. Oh, and Beyonce opens the scoring. Tucks away a bit of a loose ball there. And it is 1-0 in the 24th minute. Andrea, yeah, it's now Calderone? Or it probably depends. It would need to have the little accent on top to be Calderone, wouldn't it? So it probably is just Calderone. Which is easier for me to say, I think. But it's going to be one of those things now, isn't it, where I've got it in my head, and I'm getting, no matter what I actually try and do, I'm going to be thinking, oh, is that what I'm supposed to say, or is that what I was saying? And it's the opposite to that, as I think Immonen puts that header just over. Let's give them some praise. But yeah, I do think that this team, on paper at least, I think it's arguably, is it better than last season's team? I think it probably is. So here we go with Baltinson. Baltinson is in. Baltinson is hacked down. Surely it's in front of goal. The goalkeeper makes a decent save. And we go again. TNS, if you're wondering, they beat the Latvian champions to get themselves into into this round. They only just snuck past them, though. I think it was 1-0 over 2 legs. So, yeah. I did have a bit of a look at both of the teams just because I wasn't sure, obviously, who we were going to play. But the Latvian team didn't look anything special. So, yeah, maybe they were just parking the bus, and like can sometimes happen at this level, you don't have the ability to break them down. Here we go with Baltinson. Oh, across the goalkeeper. And it's a 12th of the season for Neil Baltinson. And, yeah, he was a little bit rusty. Certainly we saw that last episode, but he's found his goal-scoring boots again now. Jonsson with the ball through. Jonsson is, I think he's actually got a transfer request in right now. He's not going anywhere because he's got a long-term contract, and then we can trigger an option at the end of it. So, but yeah, there's some bigger bids coming in for him. The big Italian clubs love him. Milan, Juventus, Napoli, Lazio, they're all making bids for him. But yeah, like I say, we're not selling him because he's really good. Ball forward. Calderone heads it down. Higuain. Now, of course, Higuain, as I said at the top there, has absolutely no match sharpness. Jonsson again for Baltinson. Baltinson this time can't quite beat the goalkeeper. Yeah, so we will get more from Higuain, but he's not doing too badly here, is he? All right, so we don't want to let complacency come in, Mr. Volpez, do we? Not happy with you. That should motivate him. I think I've said it before, but pro tip, if they're ever complacent at half-time, just no matter how well they're playing, just tell them they're crap and they'll get motivated again. 100%, 80% of the time, it works every time. All right. Bakali not having a great game. I'd say, do we move him forward? But I don't. We just be moving him into oh, the goalkeeper's made a little bit of a mess of it, but his defender's there to bail him out. Yeah, if we move him forward, he's just gonna move in between those two. Oh, it's off the crossbar. Oh, unbelievable. So I think we just leave him where he is. It might be a little bit of a match sharpness issue. Vinci has been caught out there. Calderone. Well, what we don't want is 2-1, as we do eventually get back and concede a corner. All right, Bakali, maybe you do just need to come off here, mate. Raul's not the most fit we've seen from a player before. Puwall makes a double save. And we just need to be a little bit careful here. Interesting way to throw out a ball there as well. That's fine. All right, you know what we could do is we'll bring on Vertiz to play in a little bit deeper in midfield. Because we kind of need Raul. I don't actually need to play in the league because the league's already won. Let's try demanding more. At 2-0, I mean, it does pose a question for the second leg, doesn't it? It's not done. Yeah. I mean, it should be fine, he says. We get a third, I'd feel a bit better about things. That's not the greatest corner we'll see. It is the first time this sort of 11 have played together as well, so I think they will naturally just get better as well the longer that they play together. And of course, we've still got Degen to come back in at the back for Immonen as well. But, oh, Immonen. I'm seriously considering selling him. He's just a bit of a... He's too mistake prone for Europe, isn't he? He is club trained at this point, so we could look to use him in the league. But then it's one of those things, do we need him in the league? You know what I mean? So, yeah. Let me know what you guys think of him. And he too often has a mistake in him, I think, to play at this, not this is the top level, but you know what I mean? Like, you wouldn't want him lining up against a Manchester City, would you? Because he'd just be worried he's gonna get caught on the ball or do something silly. Can we get a third? A third will make me feel a lot more confident going to Wales, I've got to say. Calderone, can he whip that cross in for us? He does. It's held away, though. Higuain, can he win it back? Not quite. And Calderone, in the end, does. And it's 2-0. So, we might need to show this second leg going away from home. We dominated the game. Like I say, we will be better having played that. But, yeah, that's not done and dusted, is it? So yeah, Grindavik hammered the New Saints. I don't know we hammered them. I wouldn't say I'm worried or panicking about the second leg, but it certainly, as I say, it's not been put to bed, the tie there, has it? But that will do it for today. Bit of a monster episode, potentially, with all that has happened. If you've enjoyed it, thumbs up, subscribe if you're new. Do let me know in the comments what you think about the new signings. Reminder, there is the Facebook page now. You can go and join that, as well as the Discord and all the other things. We'll be back next time. I think we have to do the second leg, to be honest, because it's not done and dusted. And then we'll have, hopefully, anyway, the first leg of the next tie, and we'll find out who that's going to be against if and when we win the second leg. Until then, guys, I've been Aussie Villain. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.